Hello, marhaba. Thank you for joining us at the podcast by Chalhoub Group. My name is Lynn Al Khatib. I'm the VP of Communication, and I'm your host for this podcast. Today, we're going to talk about the excellence equation, mastering operations. It's where luxury comes from efficiency meeting quality, sustainability, and an amazing customer centricity and customer experience. At the heart of it all is operational excellence for sure. For today's topic, we have our one and only Chief Operations Officer, Andreu Marco, who joined us just a little over a year and a half ago. And it really feels like we've had him forever because he's just given us amazing energy and beautiful passion for operations that explained how simple it is to be obsessed with the customer. And this is what it's all about. Andreu brings over 25 years of experience in luxury, fashion, and beauty, coming from Burberry and Inditex, just to name a few. I'm so pleased to welcome you, Andreu, to our podcast. It's not very usual to have operations in front of the scenes and on camera. You're usually behind the scenes. So tell me a little bit how you feel coming to the podcast and what you're excited about.
Thank you so much, Lynn, for giving us the opportunity. I represent more than 1,000 people in the organization, so it's my honor to represent all of them. You are right. We like to be behind the scenes, and we like to be invisible. It's kind of fixing the plane where we're flying. And I think the most important thing for us is that the brands, our products, our services is what needs to be shining, while we are always behind the scenes.
And Andreu, I think you've been in front and on stage in the recent time more than usual. I know in our group seminar you moderated with the amazing Angela Ahrens, and it was a great moderation talking about customer centricity and transforming retail. And I'm so happy that today you are also sharing your experience with our audience. I think that we all think of operations as warehouses, supply chain, and storage and deliveries and all of that. But today it has so much more meaning in terms of the end value for an operation. Can you tell us a bit more about this?
Absolutely. Look, Lynn, for us, operations means everything. And when you work in a company that has been leader in operations and in excellence in operations for 70 years, imagine the responsibility that we have in our shoulders. So it's more, how do we write another chapter in golden letters, creating legacy for the future, and always keeping this company reputation of being the leaders in beauty and fashion in the region. So it's a big challenge for all of us. I think it comes with a lot of passion and energy, and also with the fact that we are creating what I call the best team in the region is also our competitive advantage. The team and the operations and services that we provide to our customers. This is one of the reasons why many brands want to work with us, because they know that when it comes to operations, this company, the Chalhoub Group, has been offering the best solutions and will continue to do that to continuous transformation.
Thank you for clarifying that. This is a very important point, and also to clarify to our audience our business model maybe a little bit more. We have brands that are our joint ventures. We have brands that we represent and operate more with support in terms of the strategy and localization. And we have our own brands as well. And I think you kind of deliver to the different audiences for our brands, but also to the customer. And our customer, from all our reports and data, is becoming ever more demanding and ever more tech savvy. So the first thing that will come to my mind is speed to the customer-facing approach. So 90-minute deliveries in Dubai, sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours. What does that mean for you behind the scenes in running all of this show?
It means a lot of responsibility, but at the same time, excitement, opportunities. Look, what we do in the region is create not only beautiful products and sell beautiful products, but also services and experiences. And they all have something in common, which is luxury experiences. So it's very important that we micromanage every single part of these experiences. What we always do, Lynn, is we put the customer at the center of everything that we do. And I know it's a it sounds like a fluffy sentence, but in reality, it's how we work. We start analyzing what happens in the stores and also on online, and then we go backwards through the rest of supply chain. We call it value stream mapping, where we're trying to identify in all the value chain, what are the frictions that customers can have online or offline. And let me give you an example. When I joined the company, during my first week, I went at 5 a.m. to Mall of Emirates to receive the goods that were coming from the distribution center and to try to see and identify what are the frictions that our stores associates or our customers could be facing in terms of our operations. So as you can see, we always start with the customer, with the store, or with the online experience, and we go backwards. And we also talk with our joint ventures or with our brands about what is happening with the product at origin, because it's the whole process what really matters for us.
That's amazing. And I think it's not fluff at all when we talk about customer centricity. It is the core of any business today, to be honest, to understand our customer, deliver on our purpose. I mean, you've talked a bit about the past 1.5 years since you joined us. And I know you're leading kind of a transformation or re-engineering operations. For today's customer, we need tech. We talk about omni-channel from a digital perspective, e-commerce perspective. What does that mean for an operations perspective?
So it's very important to keep the omni-channel, as you mentioned before, because our customers can be shopping online, offline, or both ways. Yeah. So that's something that is very relevant for us. And we call it fixing the plane where we're flying. So we are in the process of doing a big transformation in our group. Again, coming from 70 years of legacy in excellence in operations, which is, again, a big responsibility. So what we're doing is transforming little by little, brand by brand. And the methodology that we use is lean methodology, which is a methodology that is very old. It's been used in the industry for almost 100 years. It started in Japan. We use Kaizen, which is continuous improvement. And as I told you before, we start with the end of the process. We start with the customer. We put the customer to drive the process. And basically, the customer becomes our boss. The customer behavior is telling us what we do. And that is making us taking some big decisions. For example, we're doing a big investment in Riyadh, where we're doing a state-of-the-art distribution center with a lot of automation, robotics, artificial intelligence, and it's only dedicated to fashion and beauty. Remember that in our group, that's what we do. We create luxury experiences. And so this is what makes us in Chalhoub different from any other provider. You could find service providers or operational providers in different industries, but in the region, the only one who can deliver the level of luxury services and experiences in reality is Chalhoub Group. So we are working very hard to how to take this to the next level. And a lot of focus is happening in as I was telling you, for example, in the project that we're doing in Riyadh, but also in artificial intelligence. We are designing, with the support of Hamid and the AI team, a lot of new technologies, a lot of new solutions that are going to help us to improve the way we service these customers that we were telling before.
That's amazing. And I'm sure that if we have any brands listening or other partners, they would really understand the value of what this brings. From a customer perspective, I can tell you my experience because I'm the biggest customer of the group. I mean, literally a few days ago, I ordered like 3 pairs before an event, all sizes, because I wasn't sure what size would fit. I tried them, got the size that fits, immediately did the return. It all happened in less than 5 hours between the order, the delivery, the try-on, and the return, and I was just at home. So from a customer perspective, I think our expectations are now super high, and when we travel anywhere else, we really feel disappointed. So exactly. Thanks for that.
And look, we work in a region that is very sophisticated when it comes to services. So, yeah, exactly. For example, we are the first brand, the first company offering 2-hour services in Riyadh. So we feel very proud, and in order to do that, we use a lot of technology. technology, for example, to understand what is the center of gravity of our customers. Because, we're talking about cities with a lot of traffic, a lot of congestion. So we need to design solutions that are also changing for all these urban cities in the region that you can only do it if you have a very strong knowledge of the cities, if you have local partners and local people in your teams who are helping you to design these solutions.
And I remember, Andreu, when you first joined us, you literally went on a trip to every single country, every fulfillment center. You met all the team members, most of them, I think, if not all, in person. And that's, as a leader in operations, you're very human in your approach, and you care so much about doing it right. And if you see any of our photos, for example, online of our warehouses, you would see people with big smiles, but you would also see robots, and you would see electric vehicles. And I know that's also another passion, is doing it in a sustainable way. So caring about the people and caring about how we operate. The speed and all of what we're talking about comes at a cost, but we also have strict commitments on net zero. So tell me more, how do you drive sustainability in one of the hardest areas of the business?
Before I talk about sustainability, which is also my passion, Lynn, allow me to talk about the team. Because in reality, this is our biggest competitive advantage. When I came to the group, I told Patrick, I'm going to put all my energy on building the most incredible team. We call it the Star Team. I call them the Star Team, and they are probably laughing when they are listening to this, because they know it's very much true, and they know how much I care about building this team. And this is a team that is around 1,000 people. It's a big family. You are right. I spend a lot of time visiting them and learning from them, because we're a very humble organization, as you know, and the concept of servant leadership is critical for all of us. But I also do it because I enjoy it and I learn. It's not only visiting our sites, it's also trying to understand what is happening in other companies. I was recently, I'm not going to say the name, but I was recently visiting a big beauty brand in Paris, visiting their new distribution center and their new factory, because we need to reinvent our operating models almost every day. And this is a process that we do only if we are able to create amazing teams. So going back to your point of sustainability, we work very closely with Florence, which is our leader in the group. She's a person that inspires us every day. And so we're doing a lot of initiatives. We cannot talk about solar panels, because in reality, there is not any place where we don't have solar panels. So we're very proud about that. We are in the process of electrifying our fleet. But let me tell you, the biggest contribution that we can do to the universe, to the world where we live, is trying not to produce products that are not going to be sold. So managing inventories, which is also another obsession that we have, is very important. We do it because when it comes to availability of inventory, we know that, and we have proven that when we have the product in the stores or online, we sell it. So we need to keep that obsession for availability, but at the same time, we need to be responsible in terms of the inventory that we produce and the inventory that we buy. And that's something that is very critical for sustainability.
Absolutely. And I think it's very important also for business. That's how it powers the business, and how we also make sure that we're successful in our business, because the wasted products are also wasted cost. And I think here the strength of our business model itself as well adds to this in the way that we have different types of stores or different online and offline support where we can have better planning and better data reading of the stocks and the products that the customers will love.
Yeah. And we're using a lot of technology here, Lynn, particularly artificial intelligence. Again, we are doing a big transformation of our planning capabilities. It's a journey that is involving more than 150 people in the organization, and there are great leaders that are really helping us with this. But this is about trying to understand what is it that consumers want, and where do they want to shop it, and how do they want to shop it. So we have the product there, and we only have the product that we need. So this is going back about the product, about the concept of inventory availability. We call it ISA, which, yes, is an obsession, but at the same time, being responsible with working capital, being responsible, and trying not to manufacture products that we don't need.
Yeah. So I think I'll tell everyone that if you have that product in the cart. Get it? Because there won't be enough stocks. Maybe we can support the sales team a little bit.
I agree. That's a good point.
So when we talk about operational excellence, you've talked about AI, the customer, all of that. You're leading it's a big transformation, not only from an operational perspective, mindset, but, from a leadership to the brands and the stocking and the business deals that we do. This is all affected, and it comes with certain set of challenges, I'm sure. So, Andreu, what keeps you up at night? I won't say maybe not that bad, but what are your challenges?
No, in reality, it does keep us awake at night. Look, number one priority in operations is avoidance of disruption. So we need to fly. We need to keep flying the plane, fixing the plane where we're flying, and that's something and we need to do it in a secure way. We need to do it in an invisible way. And it's not always easy. I can tell you, we're in Ramadan time these days. We started planning our Ramadan campaign 11 months ago. This is how important it is for us to plan these events properly. And we're very successful. And we're not successful just by chance. We're successful because, of course, we have great products, great brands, but also from an operations point of view, because we have been preparing every single detail. So avoidance of disruption, which is what I always tell the team, we need to be invisible, because the important thing is our brands, our incredible products, and the luxury experiences that we're delivering. While in reality, people will probably only talk about us when there is a problem. So this is why we need to be behind the scenes. And this is our sweet spot. We're very happy to be there. But it's very important that we keep operations running 24/7. We can never stop. And there is never, and this has been the value of the group. The reason why the brands from the world come to work with us is because they know that Chalhoub is the most serious company in the region when it comes to luxury and fashion services.
Well, I think that from a perspective of an outsider in the company and not immersed in operations, I can see that Ramadan period and White Friday, which are two big periods for operations, are very important, and they are handled much more smoothly as well these days. Can you give us maybe one piece of advice, be it for brands, be it for people, customers, how to navigate those peak periods, be it holidays, Ramadan, White Friday? What's your advice to them?
My advice is let's keep connected. Let's keep communication flying. Let me give you a very quick example. We were analyzing in detail what happens in KSA during Ramadan, online orders. And basically, it's a night operations. So we had to extend our, I was telling you, we're able to do 2-hour delivery service in Riyadh, but we extended our cutoff time until midnight. So we're basically delivering to home addresses in Riyadh at 2 a.m. And why we did this? Because we analyzed the data that was telling us that most of the orders for KSA online orders happens between midnight and 4 a.m, which is different in other parts of the region. So we adapt our services and our infrastructure to whatever the customer is telling us. The customer is telling us through data that they are shopping at night and that they want to receive the products at night. So we need to reinvent ourselves and design services that are going to fulfill that need.
I don't think anyone is as spoiled as us when it comes to services in this region.
I agree.
I also saw Level Shoes in Dubai has like 12 to 2 a.m. Bracket, which shocked me when I saw it. So
we need to be winning.
Cool.
We need to be, and we will always. This is what you can expect from us, Lynn, and whoever is watching. You can expect for us to always be challenging ourselves to deliver the most sophisticated luxury services and products 24/7.
That's amazing. Andreu, some of our audience also are young entrepreneurs or people who really want to do things on their own. Maybe advice for them if they have to handle operations when they're at a much smaller scale, because I want to use your experience and expertise as well.
Look, you need to have, this is something that you have to have passion and you need to like it. Not everybody is designed to work in operations. if you don't like operations, don't try it. Maybe try to find something else. But in reality, and this is what I'm seeing with a lot of, especially new, young female population in the region, we're seeing a lot of passion for operations. And so my advice is always try to keep ahead of the game. Put the customer to help you to decide every single thing. As I mentioned before, what we do in our team is we put the customer at the center, and they decide our roadmap. They create our strategy. So we design strategies that are coming from what customers are telling us. So I think if you do that and also are a good team player, humble and ambitious, you will be very successful.
Well, I don't think I will add anything to this beautiful advice and the closing. Do you have any words to add to our podcast?
No, thank you to my team. They are the ones who are making everything happening, and I'm very proud and honored to be representing this beautiful team. We call it the STAR team, and again, it's around 1,000 people in the organization that are working 24/7 to ensure that Chalhoub Group is delivering the best experiences to all the brands we represent.
Thank you, Andreu. Thank you, the STAR team of Andreu. Thank you all for watching and joining us. Please don't forget to send us your feedback and tell us what topics you would like us to cover next. Bye-bye.